Welcome back to STS. In today's video, we're going to solve this trig equation by finding all of the solutions. And we begin by moving everything to one side of the equation. And we're going to do that by subtracting everything from the right-hand side and putting it on the left-hand side. So we're going to subtract a cosine 2x sine 6x. And that's going to be done on both the right-hand side and the left-hand side. So negative cosine 2x sine 6x. Alright, in doing so, everything on the right hand side cancels out, and we begin with a rewrite. So we'll have sine 2x cosine 6x minus cosine 2x sine 6x, and all that set equal to 0. And what we need to recognize here is that this is actually the difference formula for sine. So this here simplifies down to sine 2x minus 6x is equal to 0. And then we're going to simplify what's inside the parentheses. So this here becomes sine, 2x minus 6x leaves me with a negative 4x, and that there is set equal to 0. Alright, what I want to do now is do a substitution where I want to say theta is equal to negative 4x. So here I can say that the sine of theta is equal to 0. So what I need to do now is to lean on the unit circle to figure out what are the radian measures of theta that will give me a value of 0 when I'm using the sine function. So let's do a basic sketch. Right here I'm going to sketch in the unit circle. So let's put in 0 and 2 pi. Up here is actually pi over 2 radians. To the left here is pi radians. Down here my denominator is 3 pi over 2. And I'm just going to sketch in a unit circle, and I'm going to put in each one of the locations that actually intersect the axes. So here I actually went over 1 unit and I didn't go up or down, so that's at position 1, 0. This point here I didn't go left or right, so my x value was 0 and my y value was a positive 1 because I went up. This location here I actually moved to the left 1 unit, and I didn't move up or down, so that there is y value is 0. And down here at 3 pi over 2 I didn't move left or right at all, but I did move downward, so that's negative 1 units. And what we also need to remember here is that the relationship of x and y, the ordered pair x, it relates to cosine theta. It's actually r cosine theta, but since r is 1, or the radius is 1, I'm leaving that off. And then for the y value, that's actually r sine theta, but I'm leaving the r off for the same reason. R is just 1, so 1 times sine theta will just give me sine theta. And just notice that the x values refer back to cosine, and the y values refer back to sine. So here, for us to get a value of 0, we need the y values to be 0. And we see that the y value is 0 here at 0 and 2 pi. And we also see that the y value is 0 over here at pi units. So what we need to do is we're going to create some equations so that we can figure out what all the solutions are as we make our way around the unit circle. So first, let's go ahead and set theta is going to be set equal to, and let's begin with 0. It's set equal to 0 plus 2 pi k, where 2 pi k represents, well, first 2 pi is the period of the sine function, and multiplying by k, that just signifies going around the unit circle multiple times, which shows that we have multiple answers as we revolve around that circle. So here we're in terms of theta, but we need to put everything in terms of x. So now let's make our substitution. So here we have negative 4x is equal to 0 plus 2 pi k. I want my value to just be a x equals, so I'm going to, or just solve for x. So I'm going to divide everything by negative 4. So each one of these terms is being divided by negative 4. These negative 4's cancel. So I'm left with x is equal to, well, anytime my numerator is 0, the entire fraction is 0. And here I can simplify. Both of these numbers are divisible by 2. So that there's actually a 1, and down here is a negative 2. So this is really 1 times pi k, which just gives me pi k. and my denominator is a -2, so I'm going to just put the -2 here. So this here is one of my solutions. All right, let's work on the next solution. Let's say when theta is equal to pi. So here I have pi plus 2 pi k. Again, I'm going to switch back to have everything in terms of x. So I have -4x is equal to pi plus 2 pi k. Again, divide each one of my terms by -4. In doing so, these -4's cancel. I have x is equal to -pi4. And again, this is here, it's going to simplify down to the same thing I have here. So this is -pi k over 2. And we're going to stop here. I'm not going to use 2 pi because 2 pi is in the same position as 0. So I've already done that revolution around. So my answers here, or my solutions for this particular trig equation, is where x is equal to pi k divided by -2, and where x is equal to negative pi over 4 minus pi k divided by 2. Alright, that sums up this video by Spello Tutorial Services. Please friend us on our Facebook page, and definitely visit our YouTube channel where you can subscribe and get all the updates to our up and coming videos, and also see our archive of previous videos. And as always, thank you for watching.